So if you can decide what phone to get, I can tell you that the last Samsung phone I had, it still works, and I'm checking video using that phone, and it's 5 years old. So I finally upgraded to this white one because I love white, but that's not the point. This version has a lot of storage, which is fantastic if you're constantly taking photos, recording videos, downloading, or creating content. So, as someone who creates videos and takes a lot of product photos, storage fills up quickly. So, battery life is impressive on this phone. I spent a lot of time filming, editing, uploading content, and running multiple apps throughout the day. So, the battery performance is a big deal. It's pretty thin. It's also slightly lighter than the one I had before. So, one thing I would like to really make a point about is the camera. So, the Samsung Galaxy Ultra 26 comes with a pretty low setting just to save your battery and memory life. So when people complain about bad quality pictures is because you're supposed to go in before you take any pictures and especially videos and do a bit of a changes. Basically make them a bit brighter, so you have to higher up your settings. So believe me or not, but this phone actually has a lot of features that even like Hollywood producers would use for like taking a movie or filming a movie, because there are settings where you can actually go online and find it, like 20-minute long video, and there are a few options how to make it happen on your phone, and I had it done for my own phone. It does work. It may require a bit of a like editing in the end, but just like one click. But like really making a point where like people say the photo quality is not as good is because they never change the settings. So other phones, they may come with already like pre-settings, like the higher everything, and this phone you would have to pretty much customize it to your own liking, which I'm not a very techy person, but there are so many videos I found online that like basically make it like 1 2 3, and depending on what you're looking for, like do you just want to take family photos, or do you want to go to the concert and film it like for your YouTube channel, you can totally do this with your phone. But the setting is something that you should take a few minutes to familiarize yourself with that option. The storage is fantastic. So for photos, videos, I went on the higher one, and I also got this regular for now, which by mistake, because like I said, I just wanted everything white, but for some reason I didn't pick the color for the case, so that's gonna change. But let's talk about a few things I would suggest getting it along with this phone. So I right away added a few products that offer extra protection. The camera lens protector was like a really big for me, because honestly this might be the most important accessory of the three. The camera system on this phone is one of the biggest reasons people buy this phone. So the last thing I want is scratch lenses from keys, bags, or everyday use. The tempered glass lens protector adds an extra layer of protection while still allowing the cameras to perform normally. For me, protecting the camera system is just as important as protecting the display. Like I said, before we go back to that conversation about photos, before you start taking photos or videos with this phone, spend a few minutes checking your camera settings. And a lot of people you will hear complaining about this premium phone because they immediately start shooting with the default settings, which is a no-no. Samsung gives users a lot of control over image quality. So take some time to explore the camera settings, because a few minutes of setup can dramatically improve your results. And with this protection, I don't even see that it's on. I strongly recommend it. So besides glass lens protector, which I use tempered glass on mine, and I will tag all these products below. So along with the phone, the next thing I wanted to also get is the tempered glass screen protector. And tempered glass camera lens protector is, like I said, that comes separately. Tempered glass is something amazing because you can't even see it's on, but it's on there, and it definitely gonna help your camera to have a longer life. So the screen protector, let's talk about it. I got actually both of them. I first went with Samsung original one, but it was a bit too light for me. It was like the film one. So I got this tempered glass screen protector. And one thing I really like is the installation process, how easy it is. And you can see here, it doesn't even bend. You can actually get either one or a set. And you can see the original film one that I also got separately. It's just too thin for my liking, so I went with the tempered glass one, which is also tacked. It comes with an installation kit, and touch sensitivity remains excellent, and once it's installed it almost disappears, and the glass feels smooth, responsive, and doesn't interfere with fingerprint unlocking. So I highly recommend these products. So for creators, artists, note takers, planners, or anyone who likes being productive, this phone with the S Pen is incredibly useful. And for people on the go, I highly recommend everything I showed in this video.